feel good. It's one of the few tracks that I'd raced a 450 on before this season. I like that place. I like the Midwest. You know, it feels like home for me. I love it. So, like I said, just try to keep the ball rolling. I've been trying to get some momentum going here, and I've been putting in a lot of work, so it was kind of frustrating to not really see any results. So I won't get yelled at too much by RC and Jeannie this week, so that's good.
Well, good. Congratulations to you on your win and the great accomplishments you made. Second place today, Marvin Musquin. Congratulations to you, man. You come into this this round of racing, you were on fire, man. I mean, looking to continue the momentum, maybe a fifth overall win here today, some more moto wins, but obviously the starts were a little tougher on you today. Talk about the struggles that you faced today.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, everybody wished they get good starts, especially today. Like Justin said, it was pretty much one line, and especially there's a lot of off campers here, and you kind of have to follow the guy in front of you. So yeah, you've seen two different motos today from pretty much all of us, especially Eli and me. Just that first moto, I was able to get away and get into second, but the second moto I was far back, and Eli kind of did the opposite, in the first and second moto. So, it showed that the track was really tough, and the competition was tough today. It's I tried really hard to catch Justin in the first moto, and I was pretty close to him at the end, but I couldn't make it happen, and I was I gave a lot of effort on that moto just to come back, and maybe I paid off a little bit in the second moto, but anyway, just the start killed me, and I was far back, and your battle was guys, and especially I was battling with Cooper Webb, and we were going at it together, and I lost a lot of time, just got a really bad rhythm and bad lines, and I lost a lot of time right there, and unfortunately, I came back to fourth place, and that's not what I wanted, but it's that was a tough day, and not a great day, but still got second overall, which is awesome.
Yes, it is. And looking back, I mean, a few races ago, an idea of winning the championship was kind of far-fetched. Heading into this round of the weekend, you were within 31 points. You're still, I think, somewhere in the neighborhood of like 30 points. What does next week's race? I mean, I know you know what you need to do, but what's your mindset over the course of next week heading into the Ironman yourself? I mean, are you thinking a championship's looming a possibility, or are you just thinking just go out and do what I do?
Well, it's been a few weeks that I'm just just telling myself I have nothing to lose, and just go out there and do your best, and that's all I can do right now. Especially last weekend in the mud, I have nothing to lose, and I was able to get up front and win. So it's a couple weeks ago, and we were maybe close to 70 points down, so it's not like it was impossible, but it's hard when you see so much points like that in the championship. But yeah, right now we're getting close, and we're just getting good results. That's all I can do right now, and try to win races, and be happy with that, and see what happens next weekend. I just talked to Frankie, and when you look back at this year, and for a second year on the 450, and winning main events on the 450, winning overalls in the 450, the goal was at least to get one, and we got 4 overalls this year. So it's been a great year. So it's a tough sport for sure, mentally, physically, but nothing you could do. Just give your best, and we'll see at the end of next weekend.
All righty, man. Congratulations, and good luck to you next weekend as well. Eli Tomac, third place overall here today, man. An amazing turnaround in Moto2 today. It seemed like, and I think I heard you mention it on the podium, something going on there for like 3 straight motos for you, but things turned around and clicked for you there in that second moto today, and you've got the ball back rolling, and the championship seems to be a little more secure now, it looks like, huh?
Well, it's one thing's for sure, it's never over till it's over, and man, I don't know, I was starting to lose my mind a little bit there. Those 3 motos before the second one today were pretty disappointing and disheartening. You start going into protection mode, and it doesn't work. And found that out a lot at Unadilla. Was really uncomfortable there, and then even the first moto today, it's just like, we were better here today all day, but it was tough conditions to make moves. No excuses though. Got bumped on the start and was shuffled back, and then we end up 7th. So got to put our head back on straight, and we went out there and got her done in the second one. So we definitely needed that to change the momentum.
Obviously, the weight of that red background on the number plate is kind of heavy out there. I mean, you found that out through the last 3 motos approaching the end of the season. You've got that 30 points now, I think, still between you and Marvin, and what is it, still 21, 22 or something like that between, I think, you in second place. And, well, looking at it now with 1 week to go, 2 motos more to go, what is the plans, what is the mindset of Eli Tomac heading through the next week and the final 2 motos of 2017?
I'm going to try to bring that second moto mindset in, which is to go out there and do what we can and try to win races, really. At the same time, not do anything stupid. So, but going into full protection mode never works. So, we do have a pretty good cushion, but no backing down next week.
Right on. Right on. And good answers. And, of course, with that, I'm going to open the floor up. Is there anyone that's got questions that they would like to ask any one of these 3 riders?
Eli, you talked about the difference between protection mode and kind of full race mode. Are you a guy that's just more comfortable going wide open, the style you know how?
I don't know. I don't think the conditions of the track really helped my situation. Like when you're racing in the mud, as we did last week in Unadilla, it's easy to go into like extra protection mode because you don't want to slide out or make that huge mistake. So I don't know. That's a situation where you have to just be. It's something I'll learn from, and hopefully we can get this thing done next week.
Talk about Unadilla a little bit. We didn't get to talk to you after the race last week. Judging from the front of your helmet, it looked like you got pretty well filled in at one point. Roost and mud and everything else.
Yeah, everyone struggled with vision, unless you hole shotted. But that was just one to forget.
Justin, unfortunately we're looking at the end of the team for this year, but it looks like everyone's still focused on trying to put in the best results that they can over there.
Yeah, everyone's still focused on, getting results and ending this thing out strong. It's an incredible group of guys. I've grown to really, really love those dudes. It's no secret how much I've struggled this season, Supercross and here and there outdoors. So they never, ever wavered, and we've been putting in the work, man, and those dudes, I've gotten closer with them, and it's sad to see it end, but I know those guys are so incredibly talented and capable that they'll end up in a good spot as well. So, it's on me to go out and do my end of the deal to get myself in a spot as well. So, like you said, sad to see it end, but a bunch of good dudes. We all want to go out, kind of end this thing with a bang.
Justin, you talked about it a minute ago that you don't have 18 deals lined up. Like, how important are these results now going into negotiations, and was that on your mind coming into these last couple rounds?
Honestly, it really isn't on my mind. In years past, I've let it kind of bug me a little too much. This season, I've kind of just completely changed my entire life, so there's not really much no stone unturned, honestly. So there's not much I could do differently that I would change at this point. I have 0 regrets. So however it works out, it works out. I have faith that it'll all be good.
I think you've talked about this a little bit, but just kind of explain what the move to Carmichael's has meant to your program.
Well, obviously, like I said, I was struggling incredibly bad. Talked with Ricky, I needed something, so I made a change in every aspect of my life. Moved down to Tallahassee and to a little apartment. I didn't even have a couch for like a month and a half. I literally had lawn chairs in the living room. So just kind of got to the point where it didn't really matter the circumstances. I had to make it happen. I feel I'm way too talented, and I've worked way too hard to just kind of ride myself out of the sport completely with results that are that embarrassing like Supercross was. So putting in the time, man, it's been tough, but it's been awesome seeing the progress. And I'm just thankful for Jeannie and Ricky and Corey, Warf, who I'm working with now training, Mage and Jimmy helping me set all this stuff up, all these people, my family for helping me like make the move and do all this stuff, because it's been you know, it was difficult leaving comfort for hoping to be better, you know what I mean? So there's no guarantees there. Thankfully, hard work always ends up paying off, so just try to keep the ball rolling. It's far from over, obviously. I got a lot of work to do.
And just take me through the end of that first moto where like, you were out front, I think it was like 14 laps, but then Marvin was coming at the end. Like, you know, did you feel him, and like when did you start to get a sense of like, oh man, I need to go?
Yeah, I could see him coming, and I definitely felt him there at the end. It got pretty tight there. I struggled so bad with lappers. I know we all did, but when the track's a little more one-lined, it makes it so difficult to get around a lot of those guys. So no excuses. We all got to go with the same stuff. We all got to pass the same guys. So he was riding really good, coming at the end, and I'm glad I was able to pick it up there at the end and hold on to it.
And for Eli, you mentioned going into protection mode. Like, how hard is it to get out of that mode and just kind of return to normal riding?
Well, you know, it's tough to really say. I mean, you know, even though it was, you know, like those two motos at Unadilla where I just felt like a brick really out there and riding tight and not doing the right thing. So, you know, this morning I felt a lot better, and once I got that 7th in that first moto, I was like, really, what's going on now? So, I don't know. At least I don't know, we're able to find a way out of it, and like I said, we'll try to learn from it and just carry on.
Marvin, can you talk about the start in the second moto? I think you even mentioned it on the broadcast, like you and Cooper came together or something happened. Can you just mention what happened?
No. I just messed up the start. It just you know, didn't get a good start. It's just after you know, in this first, second, and third lap, we just battling pretty hard with, you know, guys, and but you know, it was definitely a tough moto. You know, just being in that position where it's hard to get around those guys, and you want to get going, and a track like today was just really difficult, and so that's why I just need, you know, to be in a better position, like a little bit more like first moto.
All right, anyone else have a question for our top 3 450 riders? All righty, guys, appreciate your time, and thank you, and congratulations again on an outstanding and stellar performance here at Budds Creek today. Ladies and gentlemen, your top 3 450.